Hello, it is I, the Doubled Square. Welcome back to a brand new video. I haven't made a Ninja Warrior video for a good minute, so it feels good getting back into it. Now we're in Ninja Warrior Sasuke 38 predictions. You know, it's been a while since I did predictions. I think the last time I did, I was just a kid. I mean, I'm still not 18 yet, but you know, at least I'm not a squeak anymore. Anyways, that's irrelevant. Let's get into it. You know, I'm even surprised there's a Ninja Warrior this year with all the stuff happening in this world. But I'm glad there is because without it, 2020 would be much worse. Anyways, our first competitor we're analyzing is Katsuhide Torisawa, everybody's favorite competitor. I mean, he does bring comical value early on into the course, but I really don't expect him to make it past third obstacle. And it's even a rare occurrence for him to make it past the second obstacle and even the first obstacle. So that's why this is one of the smallest ranges I have in these predictions. That's some spoilers, but anyways, let's see how our next competitor will do. Karen, I don't expect her to go very far either. I only expect her to make it between the first and third obstacle. Even if she somehow clears, she would time out because in the past she takes a lot of time showing off and just staying there. Anyways, our next competitor is someone who somehow cleared stage 1 in his rookie run. That's pretty impressive, I'd say. And because of that, I give him a love of Silk Slider. I'm not sure how difficult it'll be. The obstacle is not confirmed yet. And I see the high of the conveyor. You know, I don't see him clearing stage 2 yet in his second run. Doesn't seem like a guy who would, but he's also a super early runner, which could hurt him. Anyways, our next competitor is Omori Akira, the OG man. And I don't see him making it past the fourth obstacle. And yeah. Anyways, we got a Black Tiger now. Not a Black Tiger, instead we got the guy who comes so close clearing stage 1 a couple times. I don't know why I got confused with Black Tiger. I just on my mind because slides is just failing me while I'm recording this video. So if there's any errors, I apologize. Probably looks fine in the recording part, just looks terrible for my end. Anyways, I see him failing earliest as the Silk Slider and the highest as a stage 2 run. That'd be impressive. Finally gets past the warp wall because he came so close in the past. Anyways, I have to do that so my computer wouldn't be dying as much. Anyways, Yusuke Suzuki. Anyways, he had some interesting runs in his career. I don't think he has any third stage attempts left. And usually, attorney after he clears stage 1, he usually fails stage 1. So I really don't see him making it past stage 1. If he somehow does, I don't see him making it to stage 3 again. I think he's done with stage 3 in his career. Anyways, we got the first of 2 Black Tigers. We're finally into the Black Tiger stage. Yamada fans. Yeah, so he broke out in his first tourney and nearly made it to vertical limit. His low is a fishbone kai just in case his run was a fluke. And the highest is a vertical limit because he nearly cleared the cliffhanger. So he has potential. Anyways, our next competitor is the other Black Tiger competing. I don't know what happened to Hitoshi Yamamoto. I hope he comes back soon. Anyways, I see him with a low of a Silk Slider, and just in case, because he has failed early in the past in the highest of a cliffhanger dimension. Our next competitor is our favorite, Masashi Hioki. He's usually relatively consistent. He has not failed stage 1 since Sasuke 32, but you never know. He's aging, he's getting close to his 40s, so he might not have too many tourneys left, but he definitely still has third stage attempts in him, because he's proven to be very consistent. The not well-known guinea pig of Sasuke. Anyways, our next competitor is a Kunuchi competitor. I don't see I only added her because I just checked Sasukepedia and just added no notable ones on the list. She competed in Kunuchi. I don't expect her to make it past Dragon Glider, but she could do better than Karen for sure. Anyways, our next competitor is So's favorite competitor, Shunsuke Nagasaki. He's a fan favorite. Does he have stage 3 run? Maybe he does, but that's going to be super hard for him to make it there because he has been struggling with mental mistakes, just like Ryo in the earlier stages. Will he finally make it past the first stage? I hope so, but will he? That's up to us to find out in December. But I hope he does, because it would be nice to see him make redemption. Next up is Ryo, and he still has his third stage run, because 2 years ago, but 2 years ago is still a good amount of time, man. So let's see him. The lowest of so excited and the highest of vertical limit. I don't think he has a final stage left, but he could make a third stage if somehow he has an extremely lucky day. Now next up is Hitoshi Kanno, and I don't think he has a third stage attempt left, but if he somehow gets very lucky, he could clear a first stage, but he's just been aging, and because he's been suffering through a lot of injuries in his later runs, and because he's getting older, injuries are like harder to recover, so for these reasons, I don't think he'll make it past stage 2. And his chances clearing stage 1 are low, but he definitely has a shot clearing it, unlike some other competitors. Next up is a competitor who apparently competed in Sasuke 22 and 24. Apparently he never cleared the first obstacle. One of them was just the temple steps, the other one was 12 timbers. So I'm not going to be very optimistic. I feel like the Silk Slider is already optimistic enough for this man. So for these reasons, I don't see him making it past the third obstacle at all. Now next up is the last female competitor, the only one who really has a shot making past first stage since Jessie Graff isn't competing. So Fishbone Kai, and if she somehow slips up, the highest is a wall lift. I don't see her making stage 3 yet, but she really has a shot making stage 2. Now we're getting up to pro competitors. Definitely have a shot winning, even though I feel like not many have a shot winning, but they have a shot making that far, you know what I mean. So Fishbone Kai is the lowest because he did make some slip ups on earlier obstacles. But if everything goes perfect, he can go to the vertical limit, maybe surprise us, and maybe go further. But I think the vertical limit's the highest for now, unless things change. Now Shingo Yamamoto, everybody's favorite competitor. I mean, seriously, the first of 4 All-Stars, the only one who competed last tourney. But I think he's gonna fail between Silk Slider, the unconfirmed one, to the Dragon Glider, because I don't think he really has a first stage clear left. The last time he did it was like 6 years ago. But I really don't think he's ever going to clear first stage again. He's done with that. And he made some mishaps on the Fishbone before. And on the Dragon Glider, he just struggles with trampoline way too much. And his struggles with trampoline is kind of concerning because if he somehow clears trampoline though, he has to overcome the Dragon Glider, which itself is a pretty difficult obstacle. Next up is probably one of the strongest All-Stars, but I don't think he has a shot clearing stage 1 either. His lowest is Silk Slider, and thus he makes a mental mishap on it. And then the highest is Warp Wall, but if he didn't get injured, then he'd definitely still have a shot, but I think he's like done clearing stage 1 because of the injury he had. And because he's aging, since he's 45 right now, so definitely doesn't have the old strength he used to have. Now we're up to the celebrities without Mori this time, which sucks, but you know, it's whatever. So he definitely has a shot clearing stage 1 because he cleared the Dragon Glider before, and he nearly conquered the warp wall that Sasuke 36. Slowest is Soak Slider if he somehow makes a mistake. The highest is Salmon Ladder down. I don't see him making it very deep in stage 2 in his first go, but he does train a bit, so I could be wrong. Now another celebrity. Lowest is Soak Slider because he did make a mental mistake early on in the pass. The highest is a conveyor belt at the very end of stage 2. I don't think he's gonna clear stage 2 yet, but I know he can come close to it. It's like a come and go process, and maybe one day he'll do it. Now, Keitaro Yamamoto. He's the Ninja Warrior's dark horse. We really don't know how well he would do on the third stage because he never made a third stage before, but definitely has the ability to. His lowest is the warp wall because obviously last 30 just had a shocking fail. And then the highest is the vertical limit. I really don't know how he'll fare on the combo. I don't have enough information, but he definitely has a shot clearing that. It's just first time. He just doesn't really have the proper experience on stage 3. I know he trains for it a lot, but he never attempted it, so that could hurt him. Now, Darvish, everybody's favorite competitor. Does he have a shot clearing stage 2 still? Possibly, but I don't see him making it to the cliffhanger on stage 3. And if he somehow makes it past stage 1, his lowest is Silk Slider. I don't see him failing the first 2 obstacles. He's better than a first 2 obstacle failure, but you know, he does make mental mistakes on stage 1, but he usually clears it most times. Just last turn he just had a shocking fail on the Dragon Glider. Anyways, our next competitor is possibly one of the most consistent, if not the most consistent, in modern Sasuke. I would say Yusuke is very consistent too, but he had that one fail last turn, and Hioki is very consistent, but he's pretty consistent, and just like old Mr. Consistency and A&W, the producers seem to fast forward him a bit. I mean, the producers stopped accepting Mr. Consistency. At least producers let this consistency man in. Anyways, I see a low of the flying bar and a higher vertical limit. He just has to make the second transition. If Alvin makes the first one, he has to make the second one because in order to attempt the vertical limit, obviously, but I don't see him doing well on the vertical limit. I just want to see him attempt it. Anyways, our next competitor is somebody I didn't expect to have this high number. Even though he didn't make it to the final stage, I didn't expect him to have this high of a number because he usually likes low numbers, but I see him as a low of a cliffhanger dimension, a high of a total victory. He's one of the few people I think actually has a shot. He's still young, he's popping, he's rising too, and he really has a shot at winning. Will he win this tourney? I really don't know, but he definitely has a shot winning. I just hope my prediction does not backfire, and if he fails first stage, I'll be pretty sad. Now we get Tomohiro Kawaguchi. He has a low warp ball and a higher vertical limit, pretty generic. He might be slipping up a bit, but he definitely still has a shot clearing the cliffhanger combo. He just, a lot of times when he competes, most of his failures are mental errors. It's not physical wearing out. It's just his mental game gets into his mind a lot. That sucks, but you know, that's the pressure. Next up is everybody's favorite competitor, including my own, Katsumi Yamada. Anyways, I don't see him making it very far. Fishbone Kai if he gets extremely lucky, but there's no way he's making it past the first half of stage 1. It's Yamada. 2 years ago, I remember he felt like the very first part of the rolling hill, like the transition from first obstacle to second obstacle. It's crazy to believe that he was once one of the best competitors. But you know, things go bad. Even Shingo can make it better. But I'm surprised they even let him compete again. And I'm even more surprised he has this high of a number because this man was literally banned from the show from an argument with a production member. Yet they give him this high of a number. I don't know, what's up? Anyways, Makoto is back. I was surprised to see him because I thought when he was tiring, I thought he'd be done forever. I guess he's coming back for this occasion, which is nice to hear, but I don't. So I think his lowest is a Silk Slider. When he competed back in the day, he never made it out super early on the first stage. I think the worst result was like the fourth obstacle. So I see like between on a Silk Slider and the Warp Wall if he somehow gets very lucky, but I don't think he has much left considering he hasn't been doing Ninja Warrior stuff for a while. He's coming out of retirement. He's like in his late 40s, so I don't think he has it. Sorry, Makoto fans and All-Star fans. Anyways, Yuuji Urushihara, I'm thinking his lowest is the Warp Wall because he did struggle with time in the past. I'm glad he's getting out of it. And then the highest is the Salmon Ladder in its final stage. Will he make it there? I hope so. He was one of the few people who conquered the combo, which is pretty impressive, I'd say. Considering his age, he's definitely the oldest one to do so. And because his group was out of the game for a while, but I think he's getting back into it, which is great to hear. Maybe one day he can make it back to the final stage for one last time. Anyways, the final part of the video, Yusuke Morimoto, one of the most notable competitors, if not the most notable competitor in modern Sasuke. Even though he's usually pretty strong, I have him low as a Warp Wall just because of what happened the last tourney. But if everything goes well in the first stage, he can definitely win it or make it the final stage again, since he's like a powerhouse in the third stage. It just has to, timing has to go very well, and just has to have a very good run. Just don't get faced by the early obstacles, the fishbone too. But besides that, I think he has a pretty good job making the final stage again, maybe even winning since he practices a lot on it. Anyways, this is it of the video. I finally made a ninja video, first video for a good minute, first Ninja Warrior video. I really need to improve on the aesthetic of it and make the commentary less dry, but this whatever for this time, and see you back in a few weeks, see how well my predictions does. It's gonna be an exciting tourney. Let's just hope my prediction range does not suck. Adios.